Okay, now getting back to this plane, you said you didn't want it flat going forward.
No, you do want it flat. Flat, toe to heel. Now, watch how I do it. Here's the heel, and I come this way. See how I roll my rasp up, but I stop right at the apex of the frog? Now look at it straight in.
Yeah, you've got
see the arch?
You got
it only took 3 strokes.
Yep.
Yeah. Of course, this is a new Heller legend. Now, from a drawback, don't do this.
Right.
That's putting in that. You should be bumping the toe with that handle. That's your stop gap right there to make sure you're flat with the toe and the heel. But to lower it, I do the same thing on the inside, and I roll it off. See, and I know that he's already broke out, so I know he's low enough here. I just go into it so it's a nice smooth transition. Then I check for balance. This side's still high, so I simply come back out. Hear that thing hitting? And then I'll check it. Now it's level. Now I'll readdress my scoop. I got a high spot right there. See, that's the only thing coming off. I'm bumping this, but I'm taking that. And I'm kind of doing it with my edge so I don't go any further than necessary until I start bumping everything else that's even. Now look at it full on the shoulder. Now you've got...
like he's got a little height right there.
Just a touch.
Yep.
But 10 to 2 is level with heels.
Okay.
We got a little bit of a flare going on here.
That's because of that bar, right?
Yep. Now, see how I was bumping the frog right there?
Mm-hmm.
So I know that frog has just a touch too much pressure on it.
So you want it a little lower than the scoop?
Yeah, where you should be, and I'm just underneath where I was touching it. Where you should be there, put a straight edge. See how it's just touching?
Yeah.
But I'm not rocking from side to side. The only thing that should be touching ground is the back 1/3, level with the sole.
Okay, so it should be a little
And you
lower.
can press down a little bit, because that's going to wear off. If you want to be perfect and really pretty, you just do stuff like that. There you are. Okay? You want to make sure you got your heel balance from side to side. It's like 2 lines. Your baseline being back here at the heel, and then another flat line through the bulb.
Right.
And then you want to reference that to 10 and 2 on the toe, being flat up here and level or balanced as it is in the heel.
Right.
And then you can
And
look
that's
at
the full surface of that callus at the front of the toe.
Yes.
From 10 across to 2.
Yes.
Okay.
And you can take out little lumps and bumps.
Yeah.
Clean that kind of stuff up. And then there's a little bump right there.
Yeah.
And then you can just kind of polish it off. And when you're done, you should be able to run your hand over it, and it should, you doesn't have to feel like marble, but you can, it should be relatively smooth. Go ahead and feel that. You don't want any rocks in the shoe.
Yeah.
Okay? And then watch what he does.
Now he's feeling it. He's feeling
weighting
it.
He's weighting it.
Checking it out. How does that feel to me? Oh, who are you?
And then he says, "Who is this guy?"
Yeah, what are you doing for me?
Okay, let's watch him weight that foot.
Now he's licking.
There he goes.
They don't
And
lie.
now what you want to do is you want to look at where he's hitting, and that 5.5 line there is where he was hitting before Dave trimmed. And now that's at least an inch back. You see where he's hitting now?
Do you still have that pin?
I mean, he's hitting behind.
Yes, it's behind.
I'm going to show you. Okay. What she's saying was, what is now here used to be clear up here.
Yeah.
That's what this line was for. Now we've got him. This is his purchase point when he's at rest.
Because of the scoop, or because...
No, we pulled his heel back by lowering his heel where it should be.
That's
So
bringing...
now he's standing clear back here. So you would run you another vertical line up the foot, and we'll put him down. Don't let him move. Now you have pressure right up the center of the bony structure. You want that heel pressure straight up the middle of that leg for total correct support. where it was in front of the leg, and that stresses everything about his extensor process, which is his stride. That's why all of this is tight, because he was shortening his stride.
He's really been
This got tight because his heels hurt. He was trying to keep slack out of that distal flexor tendon. So now he can't go back all the way this way because he's spasming. Guess where? Right under the century. So everything's working against the middle. Now that we got the middle recentered, now you start relaxing all this through your own little massage work and body work, and then just when you're out riding, if he feels up to it, just let him into a long trot, which is way, way better for him to stretch than it is a lope. Just long trot, as long as you can stand it. And you'll start feeling getting smoother and smoother. Then you know you're accomplishing a full stretch, and you can do that yourself. Just pull it, and then don't bounce it. Just get it up and hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then give it back gently. Don't ever drop a leg, because when you drop the leg, it's like
pull him up
he
this
tries
way.
to keep forward and back.
Just stretch his muscle.
Back and then pull it a little out, and that's going to go ahead and stretch his pecs.
Do
Just
that every
experiment.
day.
You'll know if it feels good to him, because he'll start licking and chewing. He'll go afterwards, just like you or me would. That's how I can tell I'm helping them. They're no different than I am when I'm getting my back done. If I'm getting relief, it's like, whew, finally, man, you can breathe again. Because you're all bound up and pretty quick. It just adds stress and tension, and you're fidgety and you're cranky, and you know, he gets to, I don't want to, you know, it's like, leave me alone type of thing. It's all relevant. I just look at them as 4-footed humans. How he's standing now, look at that 30-degree hairline, even though we still got too high of a heel. But look at where his leg is. It's not as back as he was standing originally. He's got that leg pretty much under his body again, and this is his lame foot. So now we're going to finish the toe off, the bottom. You'll never see me take a leg. When I'm ready to go to work, and I'm basically, can I have your leg? And he'll put it right in my hand, and now he'll leave it there. If I reach down,
Force it off.
and force it, 9 times out of 10, they're going to yank it right back. So I just try to be as polite as I can, because he's bigger and stronger than me. That's bigger than that. So I just ask, wait, and there it is. Now I can go to work. So I've already got that toe pretty well balanced off. Now I'm going to go ahead and add that toe bevel, 10 to 2.
I notice he's always rolling that toe a little bit, always helped him.
That's what they like. Yeah. So and you see I'm going back into the sole just a bit.
Yeah.
And then I'll relax that sharp ridge. And I just kind of make sure that toe's going to be nice and round and balanced, keeping in mind this is flared.
Now, Dave, I have a question. On the medial side, I see a definite sort of a smoothness down into the center of the foot. But on the lateral side, it looks like you've left more sole. Am I wrong?
Well, leaving more sole.
I'm talking about right there.
This is where his flare's taking place. You can
Okay.
see the cracks in
Yeah.
the sole. He's kind of being flared this way. It was
Okay.
an imbalance issue, and it was just forcing the wall out.
But I was wondering, I know you took some stuff here, but you didn't here.
Yeah, this is simply wider through the sole
okay.
area than
All right.
this. This side is right now pretty steep, near vertical, and it shouldn't be.
Okay, that's the one
And
where,
this side's got quite a bit of slope to it.
Okay.
This has got a little bit of flare, and this is a little too steep, but that's
Okay. All right.
that's through an imbalanced heel.
Yeah. Okay.
And they'll do that. If one side of the
And
heel
is the
hurts
horse
worse
gonna
than the
start-
other, he'll
yeah.
tip away from the pain and cause a flare, and then now the other side's less pressure on it, it'll grow straighter.
Yeah.
And this is the foot that Cheryl said was contracted, right?
Yes, it is.
What I like to do on these big bulky horses, usually when they got a lot of mass you know, bodybuilder type quarter horse, chunkies, they can't hardly ever put a leg straight forward on a rest here. So I just go right under their chin and just slightly off the point of their shoulder, and that's generally a sweet spot for a wide-fronted horse.
So it's not directly in front of him, but it's level with his chin.
And when they come out, they're pretty flat-footed. Now he's making a liar out of me, and that's fine. I'll just simply move him flat this way.
Okay.
Now I get a better picture of his foot. Now stand over the top of him, like you're going to clean the toe up. You can see that vertical wall as opposed to the flared wall. Yeah, it's pretty evident. So just doing what you're doing is going to bring this wall back out a little. Well, over time. This is those hot water soap. Right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take some of this flare off, and then I'm just going to take sharp edge off here. I'm not going to do a lot there.
Dave, let me get over there and see that.
Just do it from the front. You'll see.
Oh, I can see it from the front? Okay, let me get right over the top of it. Oh, yeah, I definitely see that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right.
Okay?
Great, yeah.
Okay.
Didn't have a sense.
Everybody's got their own method. I just always use these little crooks and crannies, and most of my work's coming from right here. All my pressure and force is... You're welcome.
Yeah, look at that.
He's only done one foot, Toby.
And I'm thinning that wall a little bit, just about 3/8 of an inch. Love that sound.
Yeah.
Now I'll go ahead and take sharp edge off. And I'm also rounding the toe up at the same time and taking any ridges off from the pressure of the shoe. Because I believe if there's little ridge lines, those are pressure lines, and he can feel those. So I'll just run this over, and you can see them right here. See where this wall, because it's vertical, it's been compressed tight. The tubule is tighter over here. So I just even up those creases. So now it's an evener push all the way up. Feel it now, how smooth it is?
Yeah. And those ridges like that'll affect his pressure there?
That's a high side, tipping the foot, causing more pressure up, and especially with a shoe, makes it even tighter, which takes shock absorbency out of the foot.
Want me to walk him?
Now what I'm doing is I'm checking, make sure I didn't leave that toe too long. That looks pretty good. Here, I can't even imagine how that feels. I know what it feels like when my toenails that were so tight, he's starting to relax, and that's 1 foot.
Look at the tongue. I mean, that's amazing.
Gets this horse comfortable.
That's amazing.
One question here.
But
When
he's
you
feeling it, too. That's important.